Hello, friends. This is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and welcome to Delve League Day 4. I'm going to do a quick update, go over both of my characters, kind of what's changed with them. I did a stream yesterday, if you want to check that out, where I played both of the characters so you can see them in action a little bit more in detail. But I'm going to go over the character's progress, and then I'm going to go over a little bit of a mini delve guide, because I think I have a little bit of a grasp on what you should do to try to delve. So we're going to start with our Blade Vortex character, which we haven't been playing that much since yesterday. Played it a little bit, but we've mostly been focusing on our elemental hit character. Now, gear has changed a lot since the last update video. We got a Beano's kitchen knife, which I think was the biggest upgrade. It was only 1 chaos when I bought it, and the poison proliferation on killing a poisoned enemy, nearby enemies are poisoned, extremely powerful, clears packs insanely quickly, and then nearby allies regenerate 200 health when you kill a poisoned enemy. So really powerful. We get 30% increased damage over time on top of that. Otherwise, we don't get a lot from this, but those are very powerful effects, and they shore up the major weaknesses we had. We have these nice triple resist life gloves that we got as kind of an upgrade. Have a pretty decent alright belt. We have a 6th link that we bought. This was like, I think it was like 40 chaos at the time I bought it. I think I bought it on day 2, maybe day 3. I think I bought it towards the end of day 2. So 50 dexterity, really nice for keeping us so we don't have to get extra dex for the Blade Vortex. The 98 life is a lot, and then double resist, so pretty strong, and good mitigation as well with the armor and evasion. We have this helmet, which is life, mana, and cold resist. It's pretty weak still, but it works, and it's got rain of arrows damage from when I went and did the lab. We have these boots, 30% movement speed. I had to upgrade to these because I didn't have 30% movement speed boots. 63 and then double resist, and as you can see, we actually have some chaos resist. We're only at -8, so we have chaos resist on a couple of pieces, so pretty useful there. We're still using this bad shield. We're probably going to upgrade this as soon as we can, but I mean, we can right now. It just hasn't been a huge priority. We can definitely get a better shield than this though. We have this 68 life cast speed mostly amulet, and we can upgrade that. That's a level 28 amulet. We can certainly find a better one than this, and then we have the same ring we've had, and this ring's pretty low life as well, so we can get that all worked out. But for the most part, it's been pretty easy up to level 85. In terms of maps, I'm currently up to I've done a lot of tier 7s, I know, decent amount of tier 6s, so I'm progressing in the map all right. Yellow maps have been pretty breezy. In terms of my delve, let's see, delve is V. I'm currently down into depth 121. I'm working on just diving as quickly as I can. I'm going to make this dive next, but it requires a lot of azurite, or sulfite rather, to go down way down here to 124. So that's my next plan. We're just going to dive straight down though, because we haven't had any troubles currently at the current delve levels, and I'll just do a quick map right now, or try to. We'll do this unidentified bone crypt. Oh, we also have a Vol Blade Vortex. I forgot to mention that, so pretty useful. Alright, doesn't look like we have reflect in here, which is good. The last couple we've gone into, we've had reflect, so a little demonstration of this. As you can see, the poisons proliferate to enemies, and I don't have to worry about standing around and waiting to kill the entire pack, because the poisons will just do it. It's very useful. And we also get a lot of life regen when we do that, so really really big sustain boost. We were having a lot of troubles with sustain, now we're not. And yeah, we can mostly just kind of walk through packs and clear them for the most part with a small amount of blade vortexes. We don't need to put a lot of blade vortex stacks up. We just need to keep usually around 4 or so up as we walk through packs. The more the better, of course, but we're picking up sulfite pretty quickly here. Flame Dash has actually been pretty good. I decided not to upgrade it to Phase Run. A lot of people have really liked Phase Run, but for me personally, I don't think it's necessary for this build. It might be useful. I still might change to it, but Flame Dash has been really powerful as well. Alright, there you go. Just need to get... Sometimes when a big group of enemies starts doing a lot of damage to you, the best thing you can do is to just run into the middle of them, which is a little bit counterintuitive, but once you start proliferating your poisons to all of them, you'll start regenning thousands of life per second, and that is pretty useful. Okay, get rid of our bleed stacks. Oh, where's the boss? I must have missed the boss room over here somewhere. Oh, here's an exile. He's popping back and forth in our minions, so we can't really kill him. Our mana sustain is currently 100% just done through... it is currently done through Patient Reaper. However, we are going to get Ghost Weaver next, and that will make our mana problems completely disappear. We'll be able to just rev up on bosses, no problem, that kind of thing. Man, I must have missed a big section somewhere. Ah, I see. This map. But yeah, no problems clearing for the most part. Defensively, we have over 5,000 life now, and with our blind and dodge and all of that, we have a flask. We have our first flask slot here, gives us a blind. Oh, looks like we got double boss, which is pretty cool. We can activate Vol Blade Vortex to increase our DPS on the bosses, and we take them down quite nicely. So, alright, that was that map. And in terms of, that's pretty much that character in a nutshell. So we'll go to our other character, and our other character, we are doing a little bit of a strategy to get things going, and I'll go over kind of what that is. So with the delves for this, rather than constantly delving, what I did is about once every, oh, there's a lot of sulfide I messed up there. But basically once per act, I would head into the mine and I would grab all of the little side areas with sulfate as I could. And I wouldn't do it frequently, I would just kind of do it at the end of the act. So, and I would use that to upgrade things. So, and I missed a tier 2 and a tier 3 here, which I might go back to. But maybe not, because they're pretty low. So it might not even be worth it at this point, especially considering I'm about to get all these 2s. But normally I don't do this, and I'm still using the same low-level bow, still using a Tabula Rasa, still got Pyre and Call of the Brotherhood, gonna use those basically forever. Oh, actually, I don't think I actually did this one in a video, so I'll go over it. So the reason I'm doing this character is I actually found on my other character a combat focus Crimson Jewel. So I'm like, oh, I should check to see how much the Viridian Jewel is. And it was only like 16, 17 chaos. Now, Elemental Hit was nerfed this last patch, and these make it so you get 50% less lightning damage and 50% less cold damage, which is a pretty decent nerf. But the idea is that elemental hit has the gem, adds a lot of damage to each attack, a lot of flat elemental damage, but it can hit one out of the 3 elements at random. So what you do is you make it so it can only hit one element, and then you convert all of the damage to fire in this case. So we use Avatar of Fire, Pyre for 40% on cold, and then Call of the Brotherhood for 40% on lightning. So all of a sudden we have 90% of the damage from this gem from cold and lightning converted to fire, and we have it so we can only roll fire. However, because they have 50% less effectiveness, it's a little bit weaker, but as you're about to see, it's still quite strong. We're using kind of low-level mediocre gear. We're looking mostly for life on our stuff. We're gonna buy gear for sure. It's got elemental attack damage. So basically, we haven't bought any gear yet. We're just using the stuff we had left over and stuff we found, except for the Call of Brotherhood and Pyre, which we bought for Call of Brotherhood was 17 chaos and Pyre was 2 chaos, so this cost me a total of like 35 chaos, this whole character. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get in here. So, and the important thing to note is that it doesn't matter that I have this bad bow. What matters is that I have a lot of attack speed, and elemental hit scales off levels. So eventually we're going to try to get a +3 bow with 6 links, and that's going to be our plan. But I also use Resolute Technique since we can't really scale crit, and then I use Blood Magic, which is why I have 0 mana, just in case you're wondering. So I use a lot of regen. We attack for 52 mana cost, 0.4 seconds. So that's going to be a total of 130 mana per second if we're just sitting there attacking, and we have 234 mana regen. So our strategy is once we just rush to Blood Aqueducts, only doing a delve only going into the mines once per so many levels, or once per act, and grabbing that. And now our plan is to farm sulfate here, and it's fairly easy to do so since it's a very linear map and you can actually see the sulfite on the mini map. So you can just run by, grab these, and you'll be able to see if it's available or nearby. Yeah, Mirage Archer. Oh yeah, I forgot some of my Flame Golem for extra damage, and we just got an elemental hit upgrade. We are still leveling Anger just in case we want to respec out of Blood Magic, which might be a possibility for the late game. We'll have to see if we can get some really good way to sustain our mana. Anger will add a lot of damage to our build. Probably won't be worth it, and I probably won't do it, but just leveling it just in case. So yeah, we do quite a bit of damage. We are a little bit over leveled, but it's not a lot over leveled. We're level 65 currently. And at some point I would like to potentially switch over to evasion gear. I would have to get a lot of dexterity that I don't have right now, and then get a Queen of the Forest, but we'll have to see. I won't get a lot of evasion scaling would be the biggest problem with that, so I'd have to get really good evasion gear. But yeah, you can see the sulfate over here, so now I can be like, all right, want to go over there and grab that. We leveled up. I'm currently actually getting damage. I think Celestial Punishment will be pretty good. Once I get that, I'll get some more HP, and then my plan is to fill out all the HP here, this HP, these HP nodes, this HP, this HP, this HP, possibly up here, and this one. And we're going to get Art of the Gladiator and Fury Bolts once we get the Ascendancy. I should go over the Ascendancy. I am using Deadeye currently, which is huge. Getting Deadeye, the build felt a little slow until I got Deadeye. Once I got Deadeye, it felt great. It gives us 100% global accuracy, which is irrelevant, but projectiles pierce 2 additional targets, so free pierce. Moving while bleeding doesn't cause you to take extra damage. Surprisingly good. Projectiles gain damage as they travel further, dealing 50% increased damage with hits to target, so basically far shot. And skills fire an additional projectile, which is really great for clear. Next we're going to get Juggernaut, which gives us a flat 1000 accuracy, can't be chilled, can't be stunned. 5 damage per endurance charge, and gain an endurance charge every second if you've been hit recently. So, and then we're going to pick up some endurance charges to be extra tanky, plus the endurance charge regen node. But that's kind of the plan there. I'll quick go down into the delves. Now, delving on this character, I found out, is probably going to be not that useful at the moment, because within this next week they're going to combine your upgrades for this. But my plan is to mostly focus on upgrading the darkness resistance. I just want to keep the light radius over 50% for what we're at, and then beyond that I'll go mostly darkness resistance with a little bit. Once we get into maps, I'll start upgrading the sulfite capacity because you start getting it a lot quicker. But I'm gonna get all these tier 2 all the tier 2 sulfate real quick, and I'll kind of show you how this delving is progressing. Delving is pretty nice. We have a lot of monster density here, so it's good for leveling up skill gems for sure, if nothing else. I think this might be the preferred method, getting down as low as you can with a very fast clear, and then leveling up a bunch of skill gems to make money. It might be a good way to make money in this league because the monster density is so crazy. Even once we get to the 120s, it's still very, very quick for getting experience on gems. Maybe going down to, if you can clear like 300 or more, go down to 300 and get some gem experience on an enhance or something maybe. Oh, got a monster can't be destroyed aura here. There you go. And look at that, Azurite. And that's kind of our strategy, is to go down and get Azurite. I'm lagging a little bit. I've probably been a little harder on my computer than I should be. To be honest, but all right, that's kind of the update. That's where we're at. I can quick show you a delve, I suppose, on my other character while we're at it, to show you what the deeper delves are like. There's not much that's different, to be honest, but yeah, make this a nice clean update. We're already full anyway. So our plan was to make this a really deep delve. It costs 257 sulfite, so this is going to be a bit of a longer delve. This is one of the, I think this might be the longest that I've ever experienced, going down 3 full levels. But yeah, we can still just kind of walk through here. We'll use Ball Blade Vortex whenever we can to get the extra stuff. Check for loot in the dark, always. I still have pretty good light radius on this character. I also think I have positive darkness resistance still, although once we go down that might not be the case anymore. Yeah, see, I was able to stand in the darkness for a reasonably decent time there, get all this Azurite, and have absolutely no problem popping back in. So that's the reason you want the darkness resistance, so you can quickly pop in and out. And I've mostly been, yeah, just the plan is to keep the light radius over 70. I think I have a good capacity for sulfite right now. As I move up to red tier maps, I'll probably have to increase it, because it looks like not only going up in, I think just the monster level in general of where you're at, so going up in zone levels will increase the, okay, that's not happening. I guess I could have flame dashed to it, but I like the ice caves the best, by the way. I like the atmosphere of the ice caves. I like the atmosphere of all of it, but I'm a big fan of the ice caves in particular. I'm gonna have to start revving up more blade vortexes, because we're starting to get down to the point where it's actually okay. That probably wasn't worth it. That definitely isn't worth it. But we still move on. We're having a little bit more trouble, but not too much trouble. I'm wondering where our limit is going to be, when we're gonna have to kind of start going sideways. Hopefully not for quite a while. My goal for yesterday was getting down to 125. Almost made it there, as you can see. 122 or 121, whatever we ended up getting to. And we're definitely going to be there on our current amount of sulfite. Yeah, it seems like I can run about 4 or 5 maps usually before I fill up on sulfite. That's pretty nice. I think it's a good pace. You know, I think doing 4 or 5 maps and then popping down in is a nice little pace for us. But yeah. We're getting at a zone that is level 72 or 73 when we're level 85. We're getting 146 million experience. That's how good the density is. Imagine if you're level appropriate. If you are level appropriate, you're getting a lot of experience per hour doing these delves, for sure. And our gems are getting way more than that, because remember, the gems are not affected by the reduction based on level. So our gems are getting so much gem experience. So delves, in my opinion, are one of the best and coolest things to come to Path of Exile in a while. Well, we can... That was a delve. That was a down to depth 124 level 73 delve on my character. I hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming. Thank you for watching the video. Behind Eyes Gaming is brought to you by viewers like you. Please don't forget to check out my Patreon in the link below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you'd like to be notified of future videos, live streams, and more. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!